Let's take a look at Quiz 10 review. All right, so first of all, number one, it says use your calculator. So I need to go grab my calculator. Sorry. And first of all, right off the bat, I don't see any degrees. I see no degrees, so I'm going to go straight to radian mode. And I'm going to go mode. Make sure you're in radian mode, otherwise you're in big trouble because you'll do them all right and get the wrong answer. So let's do just cosine. Cosine 3.3. Boom. Negative 0.987. This should be easy. Negative 0.987. Easy squeezy. Cotangent. Now the problem is there's no cotangent button on my calculator, but there is a 1 over tangent, isn't there? There's a 1 over tangent 4.2. Same thing. I'm going to use my calculator. 1 divided by tangent 4.2, and I get an answer about 0.5624, blah blah blah. Easy squeezy. Okay. Number 3, secant. Well, there is no secant button, but I know it's 1 over cosine. So 1 over cosine of negative 1.2. I can do that. 1 divided by cosine negative 1.2, and I get about a 2.759. How about 2.76? That's good enough for me. Now sine of 3/4. Well, okay, same thing. Just go sine of 3/4, right? So everybody ought to be able to get the first few right because it's just pushing buttons. That's easy. Okay. Now, let's talk about the unit circle. All right, reference angle. Number 5. 7 pi 6 is right here. I'm going to create a triangle right in there. So if I create a triangle from 7 pi 6, the triangle is going to look like this. Now you'd say that's a 30-degree angle. I'd say that is pi 6. Hold on. Hi, Kathy. Yes. I do. Sure you can. Come on in. I'll help you pack it out of here, okay? You got it. Bye, Kath. All right, I'm back. CJ's going to tell you why I'm back. Had a phone call. So anyway, really, 30 degrees, 30 degrees and pi 6 are the same thing. So your reference angle is pi 6. Okay, negative 2 pi thirds. Let's do number 6. All right, number 6. So let's see. 2 pi thirds is there. That's a positive rotation. Negative 2 pi thirds is the same rotation, which takes me really to 240 degrees. Okay. So let me go ahead and draw that triangle in. So it really looks like this. Okay. What's that angle there? You would say 60 degrees. I would say pi thirds. It's pi thirds I want. I don't want 60 degrees. Degrees are for dummies, right, CJ?
Yes.
Okay. 7. Let's check it out. Okay, now if it doesn't have any pi thing to it, let's just go through this way. I know this is 3.14, right? This is a 6.28, and 5 is right. 5.5 is in here somewhere. 5.5 is about there, okay? So let me draw my triangle. So if I take, to get this angle here, right? If I take my 5.5, I want what's left over. So if I go all the way around, which is 3 pi halves, and then I subtract out the 5.5, I'll get the angle in between. Okay? So 3 halves. 3 pi halves, right? I'll clear 3 pi halves minus 5.5, and it's about negative 0.7. It can't be a negative, so it's got to be positive. Oh, I subtracted the wrong way. My bad. 0.78 7. There we go. And I'll be back in, hold on. -2 for 8. All right, let's draw a picture again. Unit circle. -2's got to be around here somewhere. -1, -2. So the angle I'm going to need is this angle here, all right? So if I go all the way around, here's pi, right? Oh, let's do this a little different. -2. Let's do this differently. Let's take our 2 pi and subtract the 2. 2 pi subtract the 2 will give me that angle there. 2 pi minus 2, and again it's about 4.28. So this is about a 4.28 there. Minus my pi. Minus pi. And I get an answer about 1.14, okay? Here's my reference angle. I know these are hard. I'll be back in to help you with these, okay? All right, 9, terminal point, easy. Here comes easy stuff. 5 pi 6. Let's see, 5 pi 6 is here. Terminal point, negative square root of 3 over 2 comma -1, oh, positive 1/2. 20/3. Let's see, 3 goes into 20, how many times? 3 goes into 20, let's see, 6 times and 2/3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 2/3 puts me right there at -1/2 and square root of 3 over 2. -5 pi 6, let's see. Positive 5 pi 6 is here. So -5 pi 6, the opposite revolution, which is right there at 7 pi 6. So there's my terminal point. Negative square root of 3 over 2, -1/2. Okay? All right, now from the inner circle, find the exact value. Okay, sine is the y value. Pi halves, the y value is 1. Boom. Easy. 5 pi thirds, cosine is the x value. 5 pi thirds is way over here. The x value is 1/2. Boom. 7 pi 6. Let's see tangent. 7 pi 6. I'm going to go 7 pi 6 is here. And tangent is the y over the x. So it's the y over the x, which is my -1/2 over negative square root of 3 over 2. I'll let you do the division. Multiply and divide, and you wind up with square root of 3 over 3. But you guys will do the division, you'll invert, you'll multiply, and you'll rationalize, okay? Cosine, again, is the x. Negative pi thirds, well, pi thirds is there. Negative pi thirds is right there at 5 pi thirds. The x value of cosine is 1/2. That's easy. Secant. Now, secant's going to be 1 over the x value. So let's find 5 pi thirds is there. 1 over the x value is 1 over 1/2. 1 over 1/2, which is, if you flip it up, is just 2. Cosecant is 1 over the y value. Okay. And I'm going to go to 3 pi fourths, which is here. I want 1 over the y value, which is 1 over square root of 2 over 2. I'll let you do the work, but you flip it, and you rationalize it, and you wind up with just square root of 2. I'll let you do the work. Cotangent is the x over the y. So if I go to 2 pi, I'm going to go all the way around to 2 pi. So if I go the x over the y, I've got 1 over 0. Uh-oh, something's wrong with that. So I went undefined. Can't divide by 0. It'll kick your asymptote, okay? Cosecant is 1 over the y. Negative pi halves. If this is pi halves, then negative pi halves is here. I want 1 over the y value is -1. So 1 over -1 is -1, okay? 20. All right, I'm going to have to do 20 on a piece of scratch paper. That's no problem, okay? All right, so first of all, tangent. Tangent is equal to my y over my x, or my opposite or my adjacent. Okay, So let's draw a triangle in quadrant 3. So the 7 is my y, and the 24 is my x. But the problem is they're both negative, because you got to go back and down. So I got a negative, and I got a negative. Okay, now by Pythagorean's theorem, we can figure out what this side is. If I go 24 squared plus 7 squared equals c squared or r squared. I think it's 25. I'll double check. 24 squared plus 7 squared. Hold on. 24 squared plus 7 squared. Square root that answer. And I get 25. Sure enough, that is 25. So I'm going to write this down. X is negative 24. Y is negative 7. And R is 25. Okay, now I'm just going to use the blue ratios on the board. So let's start off with this. Okay, so I know that sine of theta is my y over my r, so it's just going to be my negative 7 over 25. Cosine of theta is my x over my r, which is going to be my negative 24 over 25. Already did tangent, so let's do my cosecant of theta, which is the inverse of sine. So I'm just going to go straight to 25 over negative 7, or it's the r over the y. Okay. Secant of theta, well, it's the inverse of cosine, the multiplicative, or it's going to be the r over the y. Either way, how about 25 over negative 24? And let's do cotangent, which is the inverse of tangent, which we already were told that was 7/24. How about 24/7? Or it's going to be the x over the y. Okay, there it is. Easy. All right, here comes 21 and 22, the hard ones. These are the ones we're just starting to learn. Okay. 21. Let's graph 21. All right. So what I like to do is go by 4s. Let's go pi. Boom. Actually, we'll make that pi thirds. I'll show you why in a second. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So because of the 3 theta, I'm going to take my normal cosine curve, and a cosine curve, oh, ignore that. That's not supposed to be there. Normal cosine curve looks like this, but ours is going to be upside down, so it's going to look like this. From negative 3 to 3. Let's go negative 3 to 3, okay? I need to put 3 of these curves within 2 pi. I was down. So, almost done. So, what I'm going to do is take my full 2 pi, and I got to divide it into 3 parts. So, let's just take it and divide it by 3. That tells me each curve's got to be 2 pi thirds wide, so I get 1, 2, 3 minutes. So, let's go by pi thirds. Pi thirds, 2 pi thirds, so I can get one curve right in there. 3 pi thirds are pi, 4 pi thirds, so I can get another one in there. 5 pi thirds, and hey, what do you know? 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 pi. Okay, so I need to get this shape in 2 pi thirds. All right, so it starts down, ends at a minimum. Its maximum is at pi thirds. 1/4 of the way is an x-intercept. 3/4 of the way is a x-intercept. There's one curve. Okay, we need 3 of those, so I'm just going to keep repeating this pattern. There, minimum 4 pi thirds, maximum of pi. Here's my x-intercepts. Here's 2 of them. Need one more. Minimum value, because I'm just trying to put this shape in here. Maximum's up here, x-intercepts. Okay, hey, what do you know? Look, we got 1, 2, 3 curves. It's upside down because of the negative, and it goes from negative 3 to 3. Okay? All right. Next one. Almost done. Let's graph 22. 3 cosine 2 theta minus pi 4 plus 2. Oh man, this one's going to be hard. I can do it. So can you. All right, first of all, let's just do this. All right, this one's going to be a little harder for you. I have faith in you, though. Alright, I'm going to go, this time I only need 2 curves. So let's go pi halves, pi, let's go 3 pi halves, let's go 2 pi. Amplitude of 3 and negative 3. Okay, where am I going to start? I am going to begin right here. I'm just going to graph this, 3 cosine of 2 theta. Okay, so cosine looks like that. Remember, that's my cosine curve. And I need to go at a height of 3 and down to negative 3, but I need to put 2 curves in the size of 1. So the normal period, or the normal width, is 2 pi, but we're going to divide that into 2 parts, which means we're going to put 1 curve between 0 and pi. Okay, so let's do that. So it's going to look something like this. I'm just going to put it in lightly because I'm going to move this. Okay, there's 1 curve. Here's another one. Okay. Alright. Amplitude of 3, and I've got 1, 2 of them in the space of 2 pi. Okay, good. Now let's move it. We're going to go the opposite direction. Let's move this thing forward pi force and up 2. Okay. So in my graph, pi force is really 2 squares. So if I move everything forward pi force and up 2, 1, 2, I'm just going to take every point and go. Alright, important points. Where's my important points? These are my important points. I'm going to go 1, 2, and then up 2. So over pi force up. I'm going to go over pi force up 2. 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 1, 2. Over pi force up 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 2. So my grand answer should look like this. And that's all I got. I'll be back as soon as I get done helping out next door.